Nothing like the fanfare of introduction game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Come on, fellas.
Ready? 10-2 stop. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
Slam. Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Fighting through. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Steelers.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. Looking to throw. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Rock it. Watch the twins. Check.
2nd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike's 50. Here we go.
Get it!
Now back to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. There, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Set. 60 or. 61. Match box.
They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
In your face. Check 99.
Up, left. Alert, 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 alert. Cut.
Mayfield now. Forced out to, and a big loss here as he's taken. Down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mayfield to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him offense. They're set up nicely as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Option. Hey, Delta!
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
180!
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
King! My God!
From the gun, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. There he goes left side. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on.
Hey, alert!
56. Mike, 56, right there.
Here's Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end?
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point right down the middle. 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah,
and here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Pretty move. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We play to win.
The
Let's
Browns take
go.
over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Mayfield, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Steelers.
You ready?
Hey, tight. Hey, watch the edge.
Ready?
Back to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. On first down, Davis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's a pretty darn good start to this season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check three.
He's coming. 64. Weak. Hit it.
They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll drop the throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory.
Let's go.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 67 yards.
And the Steeler first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second blitz coming, and down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
90, Wolf. Any weapon.
That's the way. Mike.
They'll look to throw here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a second down.
Hey, alert 33.
56.
To throw, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
King. My touch.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Mayfield. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Officially, that goes down as a kick return of 107 yards. What a run. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. Extra point by Gay is up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Hey, alert 33.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Got an open man, he completes it to Callaway. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, When they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it first and 10 up at the 20. Flush to his right. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
61, matchbox, light.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. And he's going to go down again. Myles Garrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded at the 20. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mayfield steps away to his left. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Five. Alert, 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 alert.
Hey, check 24. Watch the
Throwing, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Mayfield down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You better be ready next time.
A loss of 17.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Third and long for Mayfield. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So on fourth down, a big-time completion. The defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understanding that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
At the Steelers' 24-yard line.
Regular.
From the 24, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Browns on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Fourth down, Mayfield. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff looking right, and he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw. Going to look deep for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. He'll drop to throw it. And a completion to Wilson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's going to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. And again, it's Mayfield. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Mayfield's throw finds Callaway complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Bound to lose one.
Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for two.
Hey, orbit.
Mayfield with it once more. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, they tried to get two and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. And an alley to run. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
So that'll back him up 5.
That's where you belong.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
Right.
80 weapon.
You got three down.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, no, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us, I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard, for your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Niggas squad is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, dog.